How about 631 Radio Graffiti?
What's up, Ghost Hitman Cause?
Hey, we got the Hitman Cause in the house. What up, man?
Not much. How you feeling?
Well, dude, I'm trying to get through this fucking show, man. I was in a good mood, but, you've been hearing it.
Yeah. Now, first off, that song brings back memories. Secondly, considering how much none of these people in any of the chats play sports, you really expected them to know that song or even like it?
I can't believe how easily shit is just forgotten. I'm amazed. I mean, that was a great fucking song, and even though a lot of people did like it, there were some younger people that obviously were like, this shit sucks. I want to hear that fucking Billie Eilish eating pussy on the fucking album. Like, I like a bad guy. I want a guy that fucks me in my eye, or whatever that bitch says.
Because they don't want songs that'll get you hyped.
I know.
That'll get you in the zone.
It's all fucking like, emo, like, I want to kill myself, like that kind of crap. Like David, like that idiot David, that case that I was talking about on Ghost IP2 Report, where, they found, some 15-year-old in a car registered to him at the airport. That shit. That guy's music is exactly like that. It's fucking emo rap.
I heard about that cat, but like, I legit did not know who he was until somebody was talking about that scandal. I promise you,
dude,
I didn't know who he was.
Believe it or not, in 2022, he had the most streamed fucking video or song or some shit. You know that? That's how big time this is. And you know how he started? That fucking David with the 4 as A? He started by streaming his Fortnite. And he would try to stream his Fortnite with music, but they would copyright strike him. So he made his own music, and then he became a fucking artist because of that.
People listen to anything nowadays, won't they?
Dude, I think his music sucks. I think it sucks a cock with it, man.
Well, you're telling me. Being the culture man that you are, did you hear the news about Beanie Sigel and Jadakiss?
No, I did not hear. I haven't heard from them in a while, to be honest. I mean,
yeah.
Siegel, right? He's a fucking Muslim now.
Yeah. Well, anyways, they're doing a joint album this year.
I didn't really like Siegel. I liked Jadakiss, and I only liked a few songs of Jadakiss. So they're pretty underground, I would say, East Coast rap.
Yeah, and funny enough, they actually used to beef back then.
I know. But, I remember. I thought you were going to say something like, I don't know, they fucking shot at each other or something.
Nah, they're both well past that. And Viking Kyle, go fuck off, nigga. I don't owe you shit.
Oh! Viking Kyle is talking shit?
He's always talking shit. This dude is so obsessed with thinking that I gave him some sort of N-word pass. First off, it doesn't even matter whether I gave it to him or not, because he'd still use it regardless.
Yeah, no shit, Viking Kyle. Can you go fuck off or something, man? All right? You fucking white bread cracker-ass cracker. That's what you should be calling me. You fucking cracker-ass cracker. All right? You're so white, man. You're fluorescent in the dark. All right? I can read in the dark. You're so white, man. You're so white, albinos look at you and be like, damn, man, get this motherfucker out of here. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's all good. And, I'm trying to look forward to tomorrow, but we got it pretty tough.
Who's your team?
The Giants?
Oh, the Giants. Yeah, no shit. Give me a break.
We're playing the Chargers. How about y'all?
That fucking coach is the reason that the Giants suck a cock with it, all right? He got rid of... Well, first of all, Saquon Barkley wanted out of there, okay? He wanted out of there. He didn't like the coaching, and they got rid of Saquon Barkley. Saquon went to the Eagles and literally won them the Super Bowl, all right? Then they had Jones as their fucking quarterback during that time. And guess what? He went to Indianapolis, and he's rocking the place. It's the coach, all right? How the fuck are you going to start Russell Wilson, who Russell Wilson stunk up the place for the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers last year, literally folded like origami in the goddamn playoffs, and you're going to start this fucker, in the first couple of games? You got Jackson Dart, a fucking white stud, all right, from Ole Miss, which won me a lot of money last year, so that's why I know about Jackson Dart. But this guy, he should be starting, and he waited until like the fucking third game to bring in the guy from fucking Arizona State, fucking Scattaboo, for fuck's sake. Give me a break. What have I got?
And here I am with my thoughts. And I gotta say, I'm genuinely surprised, like I said, that nobody there was rocking with Seven Nation Army. Now, personally, I feel whether you play sports or not, Seven Nation Army resonates with everybody. And if you do, and especially if you do rock with sports, you should be automatically vibing with that no matter what. No matter what. Just because that song is still played everywhere to this day, sports wise, just like Rock and Roll by Gary Glitter. It's impossible not to hear it, and it's impossible not to, get yourself hyped to it. So I was genuinely surprised that people were shitting all over it, and I must say I'm very, very disappointed too. But hey, not everybody can like the same song. Yeah, you're not required to. Now, on to the other stuff that we talked about. I should have known that he really didn't have much to say or much good to say about Beanie Sigel and Jadakiss, because even though he is a cultured man, Jadakiss and Beanie Sigel are both East Coast rappers, and he's from the South, so he'd know more about dudes like 3 6 Mafia, Mike Jones, Bun B, Outkast, Slim Thug, rappers like them. But it is what it is, and I can't lie, man, because I brought it up. I'm definitely looking forward to Sigel and Kiss's joint album. To think these dudes used to beef. They used to hate each other. But, as like a wise man once said, time heals all wounds. And look at it now. They're doing a joint album together. Kind of reminds me of the time, if you guys remember, when what's his face? If you guys remember, the rapper 21 Savage came under fire because he said that Nas was irrelevant, and pretty much and the funny thing about it was that everybody except for Nas was getting pissed at him. Like seriously, everybody except for Nas was getting pissed off at him, coming for his neck, calling him out his name, snapping on him for what he said, the whole 9 yards. And everybody was expecting Nas to ether him and whatnot, when yet so many people who wanted that clearly showed how little they know of him. Because if they did know, they know that Nas doesn't get down like that no more. You know, he's more of a think before you act kind of guy now, and you know, he's a more conscious person. And I don't mean like self-conscious. I mean like, you know, he's an intellectual thinker, and you know, he proved me right, because next thing you know, they had a sit down, to which, you know, everything worked out. 21 Savage apologized, and then to cap things off, they did a song together, one mic, one gun, and it was fire. And don't get me wrong, I think 21 Savage is a dope ass rapper, but even with that being said, I still think that that honestly Nas brought out the best of 21 Savage in that song. Like I really gotta say that he brought the very, very best out of 21 Savage in that song. You know what I'm saying? Now, to the final part of what me and Ghost were talking about. You know, when it comes to my Giants, or even just any of my favorite sports teams, I always go into every game with blind optimism, you know, regardless of who we face. But at the same time, I will at the same time acknowledge the threat, you know, that a certain team possesses. You know, but without, you know, diminishing the skill that my team possesses, and you know, despite how Ghost feels, I'm sorry, I can't put that I can't put the losses, you know, firmly on Brian Dable, because yes, he's the coach, but at the same time, even with all the plays he draws up, everything he instructs, he does at practice and whatnot, and the plays he calls, yeah. At the same time, you know, it's up to the players on the field to go out there and perform. You know, and when it comes to performing, the biggest, and I really don't like doing this, I got to put most of it on Russell Wilson, because even with the skills that he still has, he's been making too many unnecessary mistakes. Like in that game, in that game against the Cowboys, freaking, honestly, we should have won that game, but he got impatient and chucked it down the field into triple coverage and got picked off. And you know, we wound up losing that game. And then the previous game against the Chiefs, you know, he kept getting impatient, you know, and kept you know, throwing picks. And I'm like, and sure, you know, we don't have the best offensive line, but at the same time, it was still good enough where he could survey the field and weigh his options out. But like, you know, what he was, like, so much stuff that he was doing was unnecessary. I'm like, bro, what gives? I was very happy that the rookie Jackson Dart was finally getting his shot, and I was very, very, very pleased to see him ball out the way he did, this past Sunday against the Chargers. Them boys were 3-0, and he put in work against them, and it was very great to see. Unfortunately, it came at the cost of Malik Neighbors, but I put that more on the turf of MetLife Stadium than anything else. We really need to get rid of that turf because too many players for us and against us have been injured by that damn turf. But back to the good stuff. So, I really am pleased at the output that he gave on the field, and Cam Scatterboo, from what he's been doing, honestly, he looks like a power back to me, and he the way he's been performing, he reminds me of Brandon Jacobs right now. And I know I'm wilding comparing him to a giant great like Brandon Jacobs, but the thing is, Jacobs was a power back. Scatterboo was playing like a power back. That's how I'm looking at it. And I'm seeing this dude bulldoze through defenders. Freaking, that's what Jacobs was doing. And to see, and even throughout all the games, he was still performing great. He was running niggas over. He wasn't fumbling. He was doing stuck thizzle. Despite the losses, I was very pleased with him. And then, gotta give, of course, shout outs to Malik Neighbors. It's a shame his season has come to an end, but he was doing his thing. Wan'Dale Robinson was balling, and then our defense was tearing that ass up against the Chargers. Don't be fooled by that score. We were tearing that ass up. And big shout out, most of all, to that man, Sexy Dex. You thought I ain't see that damn near pick six that you had. You know what I'm saying? That, normally I expect you to be the one giving quarterbacks hell, but doing that's all right, man. Keep doing your thug thizzle. I'll see you in the Pro Bowl again. Thank you very much. And I gotta give a shout out to Burns, man, number 0. That sack he had on Justin Herbert at midfield. Woo-wee! That was, chef's kiss. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That is how we should always be playing, man. Oh my God. It made this Victory Monday today that much more sweet. And I think we're gonna be in a good place. Even without Neighbors, I'm hoping that we can still do good without him, because he'll be on the sideline, and we're gonna have his energy. He is gonna give his energy to us, and we're gonna do our thing on the field. So, with that being said, that's gonna do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boy. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And also, you wrestling fans, stay tuned, because myself and the Humble Man, we're coming back at y'all with our review of NXT No Mercy. And until next time, I am the Hitman Kaz, And if you see me coming, run.